testing staff for coronavirus symptoms, Information Commissioner Office (ICO) has published a helpful set of frequently asked questions for employers. We have converted that guidance into PDF file for easy use and can be downloaded from the link provided below. The ICO accepts that employers will often be able to show a legitimate reason for processing health data in compliance with the GDPR and to discharge health and safety obligations as long as they are not collecting or sharing irrelevant, inaccurate, or unnecessary data. Employers should carry out and continually review data protection impact assessments covering any new testing activity. Point number 2, the data must be processed securely and kept for no longer than necessary, and transparency will be critical. Number 3, employers should keep staff informed about potential or confirmed COVID-19 cases amongst their colleagues, but should avoid naming individuals if possible and should not provide more information than is necessary. And the last point is that the ICO notes that the use of temperature checks or thermal cameras on site may not be proportionate if the same results can be achieved through other less privacy intrusive means. Careful consideration would be needed before implementing such tests, though, covering issues such as who should collect the data, maintaining confidentiality, and ensuring retention is appropriate. What should happen if an employee refuses, if sending the employee home, for example? This is likely to need to be on full pay even if it is not possible to work remotely. What should happen if an employee tests positive? Given other potential causes of a high temperature, this is likely to be sending the employee home. Asking them to take an antigen test and implementing appropriate hygiene steps. Whether employees should instead be advised to self-test before traveling into the office, particularly where there are long commutes. Important question is then, can the employee refuse testing? It would typically be reasonable for an employer to take disciplinary action against an employee who failed to comply with a request to declare if they are experiencing COVID-19 symptoms or have been notified as having had contact with an infected person under the new test and trace system. However, disciplining an employee for refusing to have a temperature check or other test may not be reasonable, depending on the circumstances, including, for example, the reason for the refusal and the extent to which the employee may have unavoidable personal contact with others, in particular vulnerable individuals, as part of their job. In the next 2 lectures, I'm going to give you some practical tips on working from home and video link meetings. See you in the next lectures.